Hello, you guys. In today's episode, we are going to be talking all about speaking your truth. What does it mean to speak your truth? What is speaking your truth? And how you know if you are not speaking your truth. Because I'm going to tell you this. A lot of us women and men, but a lot of us women are not speaking our truth. And we're going to dive into that right now. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Jessica, the host of A Stronger You podcast, where I help you expand your mind so you can become a stronger version of yourself. So, speaking your truth is opening your mouth and speaking what's on your heart, what's on your mind, speaking your opinions, voicing your truth. And there are some people in this world that know they're not speaking their truth. And there are others, like maybe you, that you're not sure if you're fully speaking your truth. And so my goal for this episode is to support you in understanding better how to speak your truth and knowing if you are or not. So the first thing I want to talk about is a personal experience. Oh man, if anyone has an older brother, you might know where I'm going at already. If anyone has an older brother or an older sibling, when you were younger, did they ever bully you? Did they ever tell you to shut up? Did they ever call you stupid? And this doesn't have to be a sibling. This could be someone like in school, in elementary school, or just someone you were surrounded with, right? This doesn't have to be a sibling. Was there anyone in your life that said, oh, you're stupid, shut up, stop talking, you're not smart, you're dumb? Because girl, when we're in like elementary school and preschool, kids are mean. There are some kids that are really mean. And so if this is you from a young age, that could have impacted you from speaking your honest truth. Because it happened to me. When I was younger, I was always told to shut up. I was always being told you're stupid. I'm not worth it. No one likes me. No one loves me. You know, what I'm saying is stupid. I don't understand what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. So that's what I was told at a young age. So when you're younger, your subconscious mind is the most active. When we're younger, that is how we are shaped to who we are today. So the things we're told, because we're babies, we don't know anything else, right? We come to this world and we learn from the people who are around us. It's not like we're here and we just learn the way we want to learn. We learn from those things that happen around us, things that happen at school, things that happen in our family. And you can't control that. So I invite you to not be super hard on yourself if you don't speak your truth, or if you were told, oh, I forgot to wear my angel number necklaces. I just realized. If you're watching this on YouTube, you could see the visual. And I went into the sauna at the gym today. And whenever I go into the sauna, girl, it's like over 200 degrees. So I take off all my jewelry. I mean, besides that, I never take off my angel number necklaces, but I had to take it off because it burns and I didn't get to put it back on. Anyway, we're going to continue the episode. Let's talk a little more about when people speak to you at a young age and you listen to them, because what else are you going to do? Right? You're so young. Someone tells you something, you believe them, because from the moment we come out of the womb, we are babies. We are students of life, and we learn from our mothers, our fathers, or the people who raised us. We learn from our cousins, the people who we spend most time around. So with that being said, at a young age, that's what I was told. And I started believing it, because what else would I do? That's what was being told to me. And yes, I had some people tell me like, I'm smart, I'm pretty. But at a young age, hearing that negativity, it hurt my heart. And so I believed it. And now that I'm older and I have this awareness as to, wow, Jess, you went majority of your life not speaking your truth. Like, yeah, I know how to speak my truth, but there were so many times where I didn't. But I realized going back, I noticed I would not speak my truth around powerful men. Because anytime I would do that when I was younger, I would be told I was wrong. Yeah. And so I noticed that pattern. And if you ever want to go deep and heal from certain things, go back and look at your patterns, because if you don't learn the lesson, it's going to keep repeating itself in different forms. It's so true. It's anything, right? Have you ever dated someone and they had one characteristic, and then the next person you dated, they had the same one, because you never healed that part? And not a characteristic, just like something about them, like a quality or a trait, something that you may not have liked, and it came back again in a different person. Chances are you didn't heal from that first lesson, from that first situation. So you repeated it, because if you don't have the awareness, and if you don't heal it, and if you don't create, if you don't heal from it, it's going to come back. So I noticed that was one of the biggest things. I didn't speak my truth in front of powerful men and also powerful women, but majority of it was powerful men. No, I'm sorry. It was a powerful people, period. Because now that I'm really feeling into it, like, there are other situations that didn't have to do with just men. So I'm going to tell you a story right now. Okay. I am 30 now. Yeah, 30. A few years ago, I was in a school. It wasn't like a physical school. It was like an online program, right? Like, I hired a coach, I hired a life coach, and I was in a program. And within that program, there were other coaches, and me and the other coach started getting close. And I knew that I was not supposed to have any type of relationship with any of the coaches. And the coaches knew that. And what happened? We talked more and more, and we got closer and closer. And as deeply as I knew I wasn't supposed to do that, I was in a position where I was like a baby that was unborn. And I'm not playing the guilty card, because I've done a lot of work around this. So that's why I'm feeling really called to share this with you. At first, I felt like I was playing victim, right? But I know that I'm not playing victim. Yes, I take ownership around knowing that I wasn't supposed to do it, but also I was learning all of these things in the program. Like, learning how to speak my truth, learning how to step into my power. And so there was someone that was having manipulative characteristics inside of them. And they had manipulative, and I don't use this word often, but narcissist characteristics. And sending that person so much love, because I genuinely feel that to that person. I am sending them love. But in that position, I felt like I didn't know how to speak my truth. And girl, like, my body was screaming at me. If you ever want to know the answer to something, check in with your body. My body was, I hurt my back when I was doing this whole thing when I knew I wasn't supposed to. Like, my lower back, I couldn't even walk for a few weeks. I was having anxiety attacks. And this was the first time in my life that I literally was having full on anxiety attacks where I thought I was dying. And so all that to say, my body knew that I wasn't supposed to do it. I knew I wasn't supposed to do it, but I also was learning how to get myself out of situations like that. I didn't know what boundaries were. I didn't know how to speak my truth. And let me give myself grace. I knew how to do that, but it was a different situation. And for me, I really need to go through the shit to learn. So it came to a point where I ended up speaking my truth. I told the head teacher, the head coach, and it felt so liberating. It felt so freeing. And I was really freaking scared to do it, because my biggest fear was getting that person in trouble and getting myself in trouble. I didn't want to do that. And I loved the person, I really loved that person. And that was not my intention. My intention was to not get myself or him in trouble. My intention was to just speak the truth, because it came to a point where I knew I needed to, for my own sanity. What I learned most about that situation was I can speak my truth and I'm not going to die. I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to be called stupid. I'm not going to be told that they don't believe me, because as long as I know my truth, honestly, who the heck cares what other people think? As long as I know I'm speaking my truth, I know I'm good. And so I kind of want to shift now the conversation into a little more about how to speak your truth, like how to actually do it. And so I want you to look at situations in your life right now and ask yourself, is there something in your life right now where you know you deserve XYZ, or you know you want to ask for XYZ, or you know you want to tell someone XYZ, like a close friend, like a boss, like a family member, but you're holding back because you feel bad? Yeah? Okay. So let's do this together. Let me support you. By you not speaking your truth, you are hurting yourself. And I totally understand you do not want to hurt that other person. And I get it because I am an empath. And if you're anything like me, you might be an empath too. And I'm not saying you are, but you might be, right? And so if you're an empath, and if you know that you are, as empaths, we don't want to hurt other people. And girl, I'm an empath my whole life, but I've learned boundaries, and I've learned from these experiences that if I don't get it out, if I don't speak my truth, the biggest person that I'm hurting is myself. And not many people are going to like this, but you're born alone and you die alone. You come to this earth by yourself. So are you going to prioritize yourself, or are you going to prioritize others? Because the more you prioritize others, the less others are going to prioritize you. And the more you put out to others and you don't pour into your cup, you're going to get sick mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then that energy can transfer into like physical illnesses like cancer, a broken foot. The more you hold back, the more you're bubbling up inside. And it's like there's a hot air balloon. Not a hot air balloon. It's like you have a balloon inside of you. And the more you don't speak your truth, the more air goes in that balloon. And the moment it gets to its max, it's going to pop, and it's going to transmute and transition and transfer, which is all kind of the same thing, just using different words, into something physical, like porn, sex, drugs, addictions, anxiety attacks. It will transfer into something else if you hold things inside. Because the more you hold on to things, the less free you are. The hot air balloon cannot lift off the ground until the weight is released, right? You're holding on to the hot air balloon. If you're holding on to all this weight, how is it going to lift from the ground until you release it? You let go of things. So girl, if you can learn something from this episode, it's speak your truth and you're going to be fine. If any invite you and I want you to ask yourself, where in my life am I not speaking my truth? Or where in my life am I speaking partially my truth? And just bring that awareness in and start to see what happens. Thank you guys for watching this episode. If you guys want more episodes about speaking your truth, send me a message on Instagram or comment this if you're watching on YouTube. Also, please don't forget to like and rate and review and download and send this to friends. If you're watching this on Apple, Spotify, podcast, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, you guys see the visual. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and comment down below how you're taking action today after this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode.